Welcome to Intimate Talk with Florence Asamoah. In this episode, we are discussing maturity as a key ingredient for marriage. I'll be right back. Marriage is for two discerning adults. Maturity in marriage comes about when you are able to exercise a level of intelligence. That is why we say that maturity is not in age. It is not in number. It is in your level of intelligence. You get me? So it doesn't matter. You could be 40 years and not intelligent, meaning you are not ready for marriage, meaning you are not mature enough for marriage. Somebody can be 16 years, but very intelligent, meaning that person can settle for marriage and do well. It means the person is able to reason rightly. That person will have the ability to understand his or her partner much, much better than the 40-year-old who doesn't understand these things or who is not intelligent. Your level of intelligence is based on how easily you can forgive. Do you know there are people who are unable to forgive themselves when they do something wrong, when things don't go the way they want it? When it is like that, it is a non-starter. If you are unable to forgive yourself, it means you find it very difficult forgiving other people. Now, if you are with your partner and your partner offends you and you cannot easily let go, it means you are not mature enough for marriage. If your partner wanted to visit you at 5:00 p.m. and tends to show up around 8:00, definitely he or she did not try. It requires for apologies. If your partner renders apologies, you should be able to accept it and forgive and let go. You are not supposed to drag it and let this matter linger for days, for weeks, for months. When it happens that way, it affects the flow. It affects communication. It means you cannot move on well in the relationship. It means you are just not mature enough to bring in another person. So you would have to work on yourself in this regard, so not to affect anybody in this way. You understand me? So get to that place where you can easily let go of things. Your maturity is also dependent on your level of withstanding pressure. Every individual has a level of pressure he or she goes through. If you are unable to withstand the little pressures you go through, honey, you are not ready for marriage. You are not mature enough for marriage, because marriage in itself has its own pressures, which when you are unable to withstand it when you are alone, it will just be a dangerous thing. So you should be able to withstand the levels of pressure you go through. And one thing you should not forget, every pressure you go through as an individual is supposed to refine you. It's supposed to open you up for your next level. And so if you're unable to withstand pressure, then when you marry, it will be difficult. So it presupposes that your maturity will guide you to withstand any form of pressure. If you get married and you lose your job, will you be able to withstand it? This can only be when you would be able to do same when you are a single person. When you lose your job as a single person, you're not supposed to cry and lock yourself in. You're supposed to get bold and still step out. It means you can draw strength from within. That is a beautiful thing you can do to yourself. That is a beautiful thing that shows that you are maturing and you are mature. You should be able to tap strength from yourself when you face any type of crisis. If you are able to do that, it means you are mature enough. Marriage has different levels of pressures. That is why some people tend to be afraid. You're not supposed to be afraid of marriage, because when as an individual you are able to draw strength from within, then when you marry, you and your partner can combine forces and fight every pressure that comes your way. It makes it easy, it makes it simple, and it makes it beautiful. Now, your maturity is also dependent on your level of teachability. If you are not a teachable person, you are not mature enough for marriage. Because you don't know everything. There are things you are supposed to learn in marriage, even sex. Because I know a lot of parents do not teach their children sex. You are supposed to humble yourself enough for your partner who might be experienced or who might have much knowledge into sex to even teach you. So if you are not teachable, you are not mature for marriage. If you are teachable, it's a plus. When you don't know something and you even ask questions, it doesn't make you a dummy. It means you want to get more light. And so your level of maturity will be dependent on how easily you fall for teaching, and it's a good thing. These things will help you and enable you to withstand everything marriage. Maturity is a very key ingredient, and you cannot afford to play child games when you marry. Marriage is not for little children. Marriage is for adults. 2 discerning adults, 2 compromising adults, 2 forgiving adults, 2 teachable adults, and 2 adults who are able to withstand pressure and draw strength from within. You can be mature. You don't need to stay at that level where you have no strength, where you tap strength from others always, when you can't easily forgive, when you can't easily learn. You can't be mature. I know you can. Just make a conscious effort and learn, and you will be fine. Catch me on other episodes. It's your lady Flo. I want to marry so that marriage will make me happy. Oh no. You should feel good by yourself. When you dress up in the morning, you should feel good. My sister, it just doesn't work that way. Your husband or your wife will have his or her individual life, and that is something you should never forget. Thank you for watching our channel, Intimate Talk. If you enjoyed our videos, remember to continue liking and subscribe to our channel if you have not, so that whenever we put up new videos, you'll be the first to watch it. If you have any questions, remember to drop them in the comment below. It's your lady, Florence Asamoah.